Let's bring in two of our MSNBC political analysts right now. Rick Tyler, Nina Turner. Rick, the former spokesman for Ted Cruz's presidential campaign. Nina, former state senator from Ohio who endorsed Bernie Sanders. Good to see both of you on a Friday morning.
You too, Craig.
Hey, Rick, did you hear a president last night, or did you hear a fringe candidate with nothing to lose?
I saw a candidate who was addicted to the adrenaline of the crowd, and he got his fix last night. Look, on the one hand, he deserves, a victory lap, and he processed a lot of it out. But I thought the gratuitous shot at Hillary Clinton was unnecessary, unpresidential. It made the crowd. But he's got to remember that he didn't win the majority of the vote. Hillary Clinton won that. And if he really is going to be president of everybody, he should be sending those signals and not just appealing to his base.
Nina, the president-elect has also come under a fair amount of fire from critics who think that he has not done enough to denounce racism, to denounce white supremacy or bigotry in this country. Listen to what he said about that last night.
We condemn bigotry and prejudice in all of its forms. We denounce all of the hatred, and we forcefully reject the language of exclusion and separation. We're going to come together. We have no choice. We have to, and it's better.
What did you make of that?
Well, Craig, he said all the right things. Certainly when he said we are a divided nation, we are. And we've been a divided nation even before there was a president-elect Donald Trump. So he's saying the right things. Let's see what happens with his policies and with his actions. But I will caution, Craig, Democrats, because just as every Republican is not a flaming racist, every Democrat is not some freedom fighter. And I direct us to the article that Sean King wrote that showed the title of Soft Bigotry of the Democrats in the Senate. So Democrats have a lot to do. Republicans certainly need more diversity, and Democrats need to stop taking advantage of the diversity that they have and to be able to bring this country together. We are a divided nation. Working class people of all ethnicities want to know that they have a fighter and that they have people in elected office, from the president to the dog catcher, who are going to look out for their interests. So I am very concerned about Democrats. We need to be more proactive and stop being reactive and get our own house in order.
How do you think Democrats have taken advantage of diversity in this country?
Well, my God, Craig, that article that Sean King wrote highlighted how there's not any African-American chiefs of staff on the Democratic side. And so the Republicans need to get their house in order, too. Don't get me wrong. But Democrats enjoy the overwhelming majority of the African-American vote. 94% of black women voted for Secretary Clinton. 80% of black men voted for Secretary Clinton. And this is not just about this race, Craig. There's never been an African-American woman governor in the history of this country. There's only been one African-American woman until this election. So this is not just about President-elect Trump. This is about the Flint water crisis that still has not been addressed. You have an African-American mayor who has to fight like hell to get her pipes fixed. This is about wealth and income inequality in this country. So all of these things do not lay at the feet of the Republicans or President-elect Trump, even though he has an obligation to make sure that he brings this country together just like everybody else. But Democrats need to get their house in order.
Rick, going back to Trump here, on 60 Minutes, in that 60 Minutes interview after the election with Leslie Stahl, he talked about offense. Last night, we heard that the wall is back. He then said he wasn't going to go after Hillary in the 60 Minutes interview. Last night, we heard those lock her up chants. At no point did he say, cut that out, we're not going to lock her up. Why does there continue to seem to be this Trump for rallies and the Trump for interviews?
Craig, you think I was kidding about it, but it's an adrenaline addiction.
He can't help himself.
He likes to get in front of the crowd. And look, the whole announcing Mattis as SecDef, that just was spontaneous. I have no inside knowledge, but I'm telling you, his transition team didn't know about it. I'll bet his staff didn't know about it, but they're all sent scrambling because he just decided this is where I was going to announce it and didn't tell anybody. And then that's just who Donald Trump is, and that's what we're going to have to get ready for the next for the next 4, maybe 8 years.
Nina, this is something else that caught our attention. This is something else he said last night about the media. Take a listen.
We had just won Florida. Breaking news, Donald Trump has won Florida. They say, whoa. And we won it big. But then the people back there, the extremely dishonest press, very dishonest people.
Of course, that's when they all turn around and they boo at the media symbol there in the back. Keep in mind, Donald Trump continues to invite newspaper reporters to the tower, television journalists to the tower. What's to be gained by doing this, Nina? Why continue to go after hardworking journalists?
Yes, Craig, many hardworking journalists. Look, Mr. Trump is in his element. You know, President-elect Trump is in his element.
But
this
he's
is
already
what he
won.
does best.
But if you've already won.
But you know, Craig, last night was not just about a thank you tour. I mean, not only did he come into Ohio and slam our governor, my governor here, Governor John Kasich, in his own state, you know, making comments of, you know, I didn't have the highest support in this state, but I still won. But for him, this was about thank you, a little bit about thank you, but more about I told you so.
Yeah.
I told you establishment media types that I was going to win. You underestimated me. And I also told the establishment, the political elite, that I was going to win. And here I am today. And we're going to have to continue with that because that's part of his personality. That's his modus operandi. That is how he thrives. And so we're going to have that for the next, absolutely the next 4 years, no doubt about it.
Nina, thank you. Rick Tyler, big thanks to you as well. Enjoy the weekend.